Let's learn the dip stitch section for the Achievement Badge Shawl. It looks like this with alternating colors using color A, every other stripe, and then the contrast colors. This is what the right edge looks like of the dip stitch section, and the left edge at the end of the right side row is going to look like this. And this is the wrong side. I've prepared a little swatch with 4 rows of color A. Once you finish rows 1 through 1 and 2 of this dip stitch section, you'll have some color A rows from the previous section, and then rows 1 and 2 completed look like this. And we're only increasing at the beginning of the right side and at the end of the wrong side. So in the dip stitch section, we're not doing any increases over here. This is looking at the right side of the fabric. So we're only increasing at the beginning of the right side here. Use color C for row 3 for our first dip stitch. Row 3, right side, using C, knit 3. I'll show that for you here. Knit 3. Make 1 using the backwards loop cast on method, like that. Knit 1. Knit 1 stitch. And if it feels a little bit loose at the edge, you can pull on the yarns to tighten up any stitches. After you knit 1, dip 3 to last 3 stitches. Dip 3 represents the next 3 stitches. You're going to knit 1 by inserting the right needle down 3 rows and to the left of the 3rd stitch. So basically take the right needle, go to the left of stitch number 1, 2, 3, and go down 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to the left of the 3rd stitch, 1, 2, 3, and down 3 rows. Insert the right needle through, pull the yarn through that hole, through that space, and then knit next stitch. Now knit 1 by inserting that right needle down 2 rows to the left of that stitch. So go down here, pull a strand through, knit the next stitch, and then insert the right needle down just 1 row and still to the left of that stitch. Pull the yarn through, knit the next stitch, and all of that was dip 3. So it represents 3 stitches, and you get 6 stitches out of that cluster of 3 stitches. So 3 becomes 6. We're going to do that for every group of 3 stitches. So go to the left of the 3rd stitch and go down 3 rows. This is the first space I'm counting. 1, 2, 3. When you pull the first one through, that can be a long stitch. So don't make it too tiny. So pull it through and give it a long strand like that. Knit the next stitch. Now we're always going into the same column, but now just down 2 rows. Knit the next stitch, and now just down 1 row. Knit the next stitch. So you can see now it's forming this little diagonal cluster like this. So you're always going into the same column to the left of that 3rd stitch. So if this was stitch number 1, 2, 3, you went down 3 rows and then down 2 rows and then down just 1 row. We're going to do this until the last 3 stitches. Dip 3, dip 3, dip 3. Here's our next 3 stitches. So we're going to go to the left of that 3rd stitch. 1, 2, 3. Go down 3 rows. Pull a long strand through, knit 1, and then go down 2 rows, knit next stitch, and down 1 row. Do you see how I'm always going into the same column here to the left of that third stitch? Knit one. So we made one, the long strand, knit. We got a new strand, knit, got a new strand, knit. We have 2, 4, 6 stitches from that cluster of 3. And at the end of the row, this is the end of row 3, the final dip 3. We're going to go to the left of that third stitch. It can be a little hard to see exactly where to go, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you go down about 3 rows to get that first new stitch, and then knit one, go down 2 rows, knit one, and just down 1 row, knit one, and then slip the last 3 with yarn in front. You're going to have a lot more stitches after working that dip stitch row because you're doubling, almost doubling all the stitches. Row 4, wrong side, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, purl 2 together through the back loop to last 5 stitches. So bring the yarn forward, purl 2 together through the back loop. I'm going to kind of look at my knitting like this so you can see the back of those stitches. So the right needle is going to go through this one first and then the most recent stitch close to the needle tip. Purl 2 together through the back loop. So instead of going through your stitches like this through the front loops, you're going to go whoop, through the back loops like this. Purl 2 together through the back. So instead, when I do this technique, I don't like look at the wrong side and tilt all my needles like this. This is what's going on, but I don't do that with my hands. I just take my left needle and you can feel it right there. So don't go through the front loops, but like that. Purl 2 together through the back. And just do that all the way across to the last 5 stitches. Purl 2 together through the back. Purl 2 together through the back. So now we're decreasing and getting back to our nice stitch count. We were doubling the stitches on the right side and now we're decreasing them all. If it's hard to see which are the next 2, just spread out the stitches a bit on your left needle so they're not as clustered together. And if it feels tight to do that technique, you can loosen them up first like this. Just pull on the stitches first to loosen them, and that'll make it easier for you to purl 2 together through the back loop. Purl 2 together through the back. Purl 2 together through the back. Almost there. Purl 2 together through the back. And then once you reach the final 5 stitches of the row, you can purl 2. 1, 2, make 1 using the backwards loop cast on. Slip the last 3 with yarn in front. Rows 5 and 6 are going to be easy stockinette stitch rows. Knit 3 at the beginning of row 5. 1, 2, 3, make 1, knit to last 3 stitches, and work rows 5 and 6. You'll be knitting on the front, purling on the back to make some easy stockinette stitch rows. Once you finish row 6, it should look like this on the right side. You should have 377 stitches after row 6, and you can break color C. So you can break that yarn that you just worked with after row 7, or after row 6. We're going to work row 7 with color A. Just bring color A up from below. It's still attached from the previous stripe. Row 7, right side, using A, knit 3, make 1, knit 2, 1, 2, dip 3 to last 3 stitches. So here's the 3 stitches to do the dip 3. Go down 3 rows and to the left of the 3rd stitch. Make sure you don't go into the center of that 3rd stitch. There. You want to go to the left. 1, 2, 3. Down 3 rows and to the left of that 3rd stitch. Pull the yarn through, knit next stitch, go down 2 rows, knit next stitch, and just go down 1 row. Here's the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Pull the yarn through and knit, go down 2 rows, and knit, go down just 1 row, knit, keep on doing that to each group of 3 stitches. Go down 1, 2, 3, knit, go down 2 rows, go down 1 row. 3 stitches become 6. This will be in the same column as the previous dip stitch technique, the previous stripe. So you can see here that this was the first time I did the dip stitch, and the next time you do the dip stitch, it's also into this same column. And then the next time it'll always be into the same column. So you should see this nice line form as you do the stripes. If you don't see that and you get off 1 or 2, it means you probably may have missed make 1 increase at the beginning of the right side row, or don't forget that make 1 at the end of the wrong side row too. So it should look like this. Dip 3, 1, 2, 3, knit, and then go down 2 rows below and 1 row below. Here's the final 3, the dip 3. Go down 1, 2, 3. It's a little trickier to see at the edge, but just dive in and pull the yarn through. Knit. Go down 2 rows. If it's not exact, it's okay, as long as you're getting an extra stitch and then knitting 1. And you have 6 stitches from the 3. 3 stitches become 6. Slip the last 3 stitches with yarn in front. Row 8, wrong side. Knit 3. Purl 2 together through the back loop. Purl 2 together through the back loop until you reach the last 6 stitches of the row. Remember, if this is tricky, you can loosen up the stitches first, and that makes it easier to go through the back loop. If you really don't like that purl 2 together through the back loop, you can just purl 2 together. It will slightly mount the stitches a bit different. It's not the end of the world, but just to get through this section, if you want to do the regular purl 2 together, you can do that. It will look a little bit different on the right side. The purl 2 together through the back loop positions the stitches in a really nice slant, in a really smooth way. So try to persevere through this section. It's really worth it to have that beautiful scalloped dip stitch effect. So that's all the technique, all of the techniques you need to know for the dip stitch section. Here's one final look at the finished dip stitch stripes. Beautiful alternating color A, and then each color gets to be a little dip stitch scallop. The right side, and here is the right edge. This is the wrong side with those beautiful strands. And here's the end of the right side at the left edge. The end of the right side rose will look like this, slanting to the left.